Here I am. I am at the location and I'm going to take the wood. I'm going to go put it in a rack. I'll show you where we're going with it. So what I do is I just set it on the tailgate like this, then I'll load up the cart. I only got to go a little ways. It's just right over here around the corner. But if I load the cart up, it works pretty good because it's going in that rack. I got this little distance, but I found that it's faster if I use the cart because I can take a bigger load each time from the actual truck. So here we go, moving wood, just like always. So I'd sell wood to this guy every year. He always has me stack it. He always gives me a tip. And he has referred me to, I want to say like 3, at least, maybe 4 other guys that are in his neighborhood here that I sell wood to. The guy right across the street, I sell wood to every year. And a guy about a block away, he referred me to, and then he also referred me to a couple of his other friends. So, not a big volume customer, but good customer as far as, you know, getting referrals and consistently buying. So yeah, the wood, like you know, I charge $110 for a face cord of oak delivered. Well, any of the hardwoods basically, it's $110 for a face cord. And then I charge $20 to stack it. And he always gives me a $10 tip. So basically this is a $140 job. So I'll be right back with more wood. Oopsie. So there it is. It is stacked and I'm ready to go to the next one. Done. Here we go again. I'm back in the wood yard and I'm gonna put another load of wood in, just a face cord. This is a guy that buys every year and he buys one face cord and he'll take anything. He doesn't care. He said he didn't care if it was pine, he didn't care if it was cottonwood, box elder, aspen, maple, oak, cherry, he didn't care. And that's how he is. He said, it's just for burning in a fire pit. He said, all I do is sit and drink beer by it. He said, I don't care what it is. He said, I don't want anything, you know, fancy. So I told him the oak was, you know, and the hardwood was 110 for a face guard. He says, I don't need that. He says, just throw whatever you got in there. So I charged him $100, so it's $10 less. He's happy. So I'm just going to throw a bunch of the odd stuff I have in here. I've got a little bit of maple in there. There's a little bit of aspen. There's some cottonwood. And I'm going to throw a couple of bigger chunks of some pine in there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to load it up right now, and then we're going to go deliver it. So here we go again. There's another beautiful load ready to be delivered, and I'm going to take it, and hopefully he has another portrait of my Uncle Benjamin waiting for me. That's what I like to trade these for. So yeah, I just threw in a little bit of everything. There's a little bit of red pine, a little bit of white pine, there's a little bit of maple, there's a little bit of poplar aspen, there's a little bit of cottonwood. Let's see what else. Oh, a little bit of oak I threw in there, so I just threw a mix of stuff, and I also threw in some big chunks of some butt ends, you know, things that are like the pieces of cookies and some odd, you know, size smaller pieces. A lot of times I just, for guys like him that are burning it in a fire pit, they don't care, so I throw in, you know, some stuff like this. I threw in some chunks that were like this, and some chunks like this, and some of these kind of things. I just threw a bunch of those in there because he won't care. It's just wood. And I threw extra in, so he's actually getting more than a face cord anyway. So here we go, down the road again to deliver the load. Well, folks, I am back from my last delivery. I didn't record it. Wasn't that a big deal. I just threw it off into a pile on his driveway. But what I want to talk about was, while I was there, he asked me if I take trees down for people. I said, well, it depends. I'm not a tree service, so I don't have, you know, the big equipment. I'm not insured. So I said, unless it's in a place where I can get at it without any buildings around, I can drop it to an open space. I said, I don't bother with it. He says, well, I've got 2 of them like that. So he took me back on his property, and he had 2 silver maples that are, oh, they had to be at 24, 25 inches. They're big ones. And one of them for sure I could cut down real easily. And he said, I can have that one whenever I want to come get it after the ground is froze. Because when I drop it, he doesn't want his yard all dug up. He said, after ground's froze anytime. He said, in winter, he doesn't care. So I got that one. There's got to be at least a good 3 or 4 at least face cords in that one tree, maybe 5. It's a big tree. And then he's got another one that's leaning over a shed. And I told him, no, I wouldn't touch that one. I said, you're going to have a tree service. He said, yeah, I already had a quote. It got quoted $800 to take the tree down. I said, that's about the right price. That's, you know, around $1,000 is what you pay a lot of times. So he said, well, would you want the wood from that? I said, well, sure. I said, when they drop it, I said, don't have them cut it up into lengths. Just have them get it on the ground. And if they want to cut it into chunks, you know, as they're taking it down, that's fine. I said, but usually tree services don't worry about the length of the cut. They just cut wherever. And I said, I want them to be, you know, 16-inch pieces. So he said, yep. He said, no problem. So I got those 2 trees. And he says, well, there's one more that's kind of a trash tree. He showed it to me. Here's a black walnut. I said, well, that's not actually a trash tree. I said, that's a nice tree. But the bad thing is that even though it is probably a 20, maybe a 24-inch tree, it's at about 6 feet up. It's got a big split, a big crotch. So there's not really a lot of wood in there that would be good for a saw log. And he said, well, would it be even worth me to check in to have somebody come and, you know, get it? I said, probably not. I said, he's got a little bitty lake lot, and it's a real narrow alley that he basically lives off of. I said, I don't think any big equipment guy is going to want to come in here for that. He said, well, you can have that one too. I said, well, but it was by a garage and by a house, not really hanging over, but just by it. He said, I'm going to have that one taken down too, and you can have all that. So the reason I bring this up, you got to talk to people. Don't be in such a hurry to get in and get out. You know, sit there and chit chat. Ask them about their dog. Ask them about, you know, the weather. Ask them about their vacation. Ask them about, you know, how it is being retired, all that good stuff. Because they'll start talking to you and they'll open up a lot of doors for you. So, and then he also said his neighbors might have some trees that they want cut down. And this place is only about 6 miles away from here. So I got some more free wood coming my way just from talking to people. So here we go. What I'm going to do now is I've got about 3 hours. Even though it looks really nice out right now, you can see by the pretty clouds in the sky and everything. It is supposed to rain in about 3 hours. There's a front coming through and it's supposed to possibly snow. Yes, snow. They said there could be flurries. So it's cooling down a lot. Right now it's only about 42, 43 degrees, something like that. So what I want to do is hopefully I want to get this stacked and get this cleaned up, because this has just been a thorn in my side. I just never really have a big block of time to get going on it. So I'm going to see what I can do. So I'm going to do some stackage right now. So here we go, stacking time. Well, folks, the stacking is done. All I got left to do is some cleanup. And the reason I stopped is it's been 3 hours, and the weather guy was actually right. It's starting to sprinkle out and the enemy is at the gate. Big dark clouds are coming, the wind picked up, and rain is just about here. So here's the pile. I'm gonna walk down past it now. I got something I want you guys to do because I have not counted this yet. I don't know how many full cords or face cords, however you wanna say it, but I would like you guys to guess. So I'm gonna go through the whole pile. This is just one truckload of white pine, and it starts right here, and it is everything you see down to where the end of the line is there. So in the comments, put down how many full cords or face cords, whatever you prefer. How much do you think it is? And all I can tell you is that it's a bunch, because that took a lot longer than I wanted it to get it stacked and get it off the ground and get it split. It's a lot of wood. So anyway, all I got left to do is to clean up the debris here, and then I can now get back into that wood right there. This is oak that I have back here. This is some of the oldest wood I have. And when I got this truckload in of white pine, I couldn't get at it. It was all the way originally, I'll walk out to where it was. Originally, that pile started right here with the wheelbarrows. It started right here. So I sold all that, and now I can get at the rest of it, because there's a bunch of wood there that's really good dry wood that I want to get sold. Well, that's the wood I want to sell first anyway, so it goes all the way down to there. So now I can get at all this. So that'll be nice. So in the comments, put down how much wood is this? I'll give you one more look. It's from there down to there. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And I know you're going to be here tomorrow, because I'm going to be here tomorrow. And I'll see you then. Same wood time, same wood channel. Good night, Irene.